Sam Bankman-Fried was a cryptocurrency billionaire who lost almost his entire fortune of $16 billion in a mere 24 hours. From being at the top of his game as an industry leader, he became an industry villain. His $32 billion company went from being a major player to plunging into bankruptcy, and even attracted investigations by the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Justice Department. It's like a plot twist in a movie, right? But seriously, how did this even happen? We mean, FTX was one of the largest crypto exchanges out there. Some people think that Sam grew too fast and missed the warning signs, but others say that he was just not transparent about how he spent the money that was entrusted to him by FTX users. So what happens actually? That's what we are going to talk about in today's video, and we'll discuss how Sam Bankman-Fried lost his $16 billion in 24 hours. Sam Bankman-Fried's empire began to crumble when a leaked balance sheet of one of his enterprises revealed that the foundation of his empire wasn't really secure. That was the beginning of FTX's downfall. The decline of FTX happened over the course of 10 consecutive days in November 2022. First, on November 2nd, CoinDesk released an article detailing Bankman-Fried's connection to Alameda Research, a quant trading business he also manages. According to the article, the Alameda Investment Foundation had invested $5 billion in FTX's native token, FTT. This made many people in the cryptocurrency community concerned about the hidden leverage and future viability of Bankman-style firms. Binance, the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, said shortly after the FTX news emerged that it will sell all 23 million FTT tokens that it had at the time, which had a value of around $529 million. After the Binance announcement, the next day, FTX had a liquidity problem as a direct consequence of the event that had taken place. Investors in FTX were reassured by Bankman that their funds were safe, but in the days after the publication of an article by CoinDesk, customers sought the withdrawal of a total of $6 billion worth of assets. Sam Bankman-Fried attempted to save his firm by approaching potential venture capitalist backers. However, he was unable to do so, and the value of FTT fell by 80% in the 2 days that followed. After that, FTX approached Binance for help, and Binance agreed too. On November 8th, Binance announced that they had entered into a non-binding agreement to buy the global company FTX. That agreement is not legally enforceable. Yet the next day, Binance abruptly pulled out of the deal. Binance said that it was suspending the FTX deal due to issues found during corporate due diligence. One of these concerns was the inappropriate handling of user funds. CZ has reported that Sam Bankman-Fried illegally mismanaged customer assets to a significant level, and as a result, we can no longer accept the statistics provided by FTX. In fact, the activities that Bankman-Fried and FTX took part in were in direct opposition to the openness and decentralization that are essential components of the ethos behind cryptocurrencies. This is due to the fact that decentralization is fundamental to the concept of cryptocurrencies, yet Bankman-Fried and FTX worked actively against it. Afterward, a number of further allegations surfaced suggesting that Sam Bankman-Fried engaged in illegal activity by transferring $10 billion from FTX to his own defunct hedge fund, Alameda Research. There was also the notion that Bankman-Fried personally gave a considerable quantity of investor shares during the previous election campaign. It was also found out that the most important element of Bankman-Fried's meteoric rise to popularity was the tremendous financial support that they received in the 2020 election. There have been rumors that Vice President Joseph Biden is thinking about supporting a Bankman-Fried-supported political action committee during the upcoming election cycle. Further to that, on November 10th, the Bahamas Security Authority issued a hold on the assets of XTX Digital Markets as a reaction to Binance's rejection of the exchange and the news that Bankman-Fried needed at least $8 billion in cash in order to preserve the exchange. On the same day, a statement was issued by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation announcing that an inquiry against FTX would commence. The unusual increase in customer withdrawals led to FTX's decision to file for bankruptcy 11 days later, on November 11, 2022. Sam Bankman-Fried asserts that there are not sufficient liquid assets available at FTX to keep up with the demand from customers. On the other hand, FTX filed its Chapter 11 bankruptcy petition on the same day, which shows that around 130 associated businesses were also impacted. FTX estimated the total worth of all of its assets and liabilities to be between $10 billion and $50 billion when it filed its bankruptcy petition. So in all this, Sam Bankman-Fried was the cause of the downfall of his own $16 billion enterprise. The FTX jurisdiction was established on the basis of a massive fraud that operated for a number of years before being uncovered in a single article. A client's assets were stolen in the course of the scam, and he used the stolen money to secretly support his other businesses. In addition, it is estimated that over 1 million individuals have suffered financial losses as a direct consequence of the failure of the FTX. The bankruptcy of FTX might push the United States Securities and Exchange Commission and other authorities to enhance their control of cryptocurrency markets. Moreover, the failure of FTX could prompt Congress to pass new legislation related to digital tokens and exchanges. So, in the not-too-distant future, we may anticipate the implementation of severe restrictions on cryptocurrencies. Moreover, the shocking failure of the third-largest cryptocurrency exchange in terms of volume has sent shockwaves across the cryptocurrency world for a considerable amount of time. It just goes to show that even the biggest names in the industry can take a hit, and that nobody is invincible. And that's how Sam Bankman-Fried lost $16 billion in 24 hours. That's all for today's video, guys. What future do you think cryptocurrencies have after the fall of FTX? Tell us your views in the comments section. See you in the next video. Until then, cheers.